it's Miss Lady Lace here on my Glamour channel with my next fabulous recent vintage finds video, which is a regular series I feature here sharing all the fabulous recent vintage finds I've acquired from vintage shops or gifts that I have received. I like to break these down into different sections, so we're going to start with some fabulous hats, look at some trinkets I've bought recently, and finish with some beautiful vintage dresses, of which I have bought so many of lately. The first hat I've recently bought is this beautiful hat here, which I bought from one of the stores at the Eshed markets. It's this beautiful red color and features some flowers along the top. It's got quite a unique shape where it comes up to the side, so it has a little bit of a point to the look. Now, I really love the color red, but quite often I find those hats don't suit me as they blend in with my hair, but I think this one stands out quite a bit. The next three hats I'll be sharing are all from Fedora 404 at the Polka Dot Markets, which happened very recently. The first of these hats is this beautiful 1940s tilt hat, which will be worn like so. It features a black base with a black velvet ribbon. It has these beautiful vintage flowers and it just has that really classic look. The label on the inside indicates it's from New York, and it also features a strap to help hold it into place. I've been looking everywhere for a beautiful tilt hat at a reasonable price, so I'm so happy to have this in my collection. The next fabulous hat is another beautiful red one. It features, I think it's like a red straw fabric with a cream lace going around the edge of this and a bow on the back. This hat comes from the brand Miss Elite California, and I think it's truly fabulous because it can be worn back a little bit or off onto a little bit of an angle too. Again, this is another beautiful hat in the red, but it stands out enough from my hair that I think it's going to be fabulous in my wardrobe. The final hat in today's haul is this beautiful navy and floral one. It has a beautiful edge which can sit along against your hair, so it has that beautiful look to it. It has another little hook off to the side, making it easy to wear, but it is just stunning. It will work both for day wear and evening wear. It's got beautiful crystals in the flower, and I've got lots of dresses that will work really lovely with this hat, which I'm excited to try out very soon. We'll now move on to the trinkets part of our haul, and I'm going to start with a couple items that I actually received for my birthday, which was a couple months ago. All of these beautiful items come from my beloved husband, and the first of which is this really unique and beautiful vintage vase. It has several little areas where you can put flowers into, and it just features the most beautiful historical lady in it. She has a beautiful little dove on her shoulder and just off to the side, and it's in soft pastel colors, which I truly adore, as you may have noticed. The next three items are also from Matthew for my birthday, and they are three beautiful ballerina figurines that he actually bought from an auction here in Perth. The first of which is this beautiful 1940s style ballerina figurine. All of them feature the beautiful lace that has been applied to harden, and this one I think would be my absolute favorite. The next ballerina figurine is a very romantic looking lady. She has a beautiful, very pronounced skirt, and the base of this one is absolutely stunning. Our final ballerina has an almost 1920s, 1930s hairdo to her. I think she's just utterly divine with her little pillars supporting her at the back, but she is just another gorgeous addition to all of the ballerinas that I have. At the moment, I have these beautiful ladies displayed on a trinket shelf, and this trinket shelf here was actually made by Matthew's grandfather. For our next item, we have this beautiful vase here. I don't actually use it as a vase, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. I believe we bought this one from George's Antiques in Guildford. She's a beautiful 1940s lady, and she has these gorgeous little baskets on either side, a gorgeous apron on the front, and just that beautiful blue and gold tones throughout. We actually bought her a little while ago for our bathroom renovations, and I actually use her as a toothbrush holder as I wanted something utterly fabulous to store my toothbrushes in. The next couple trinkets I bought from the Polka Dot Vintage Market, and the first of these is another ballerina themed item, and this is a beautiful picture of 3 pink ballerinas dancing together, and I utterly love this one. I have it up in my office and it's so beautiful to look at every day. The next item is our final trinket and might be one of the favorite things that I have bought for this entire year of vintage shopping. I did actually see it at an earlier Polka Dot Vintage Market, but I didn't get it at this point. But this time it was actually tucked away and I requested it specifically, and thankfully I was able to take her home with me. This special item is a 1920s Sadler teapot. She is in a beautiful glazed pink with a floral decoration along the front of her. The top part, which actually will pull out after I twist it, is actually a beautiful lady, and the teapot makes up her skirt. I do actually own one of these in like a matte blue color, but this is one of the more desirable and more collectible pieces. She did cost me a pretty penny, which we won't mention on here, but I think she was worth every dollar, as I have really been wanting one of these in my collection. We're now into my favorite part of these haul videos, and that is the vintage fashion that I've purchased recently. The first dress is one that I got from the Polka Dot Markets, and this beautiful like 1960s style dress. I think it might be a little bit more modern made, as it does have a bit of overlocking, but it might be made with a vintage fabric, I think. It has a really unique bust to it and has a beautiful skirt to it, which I think is going to look utterly divine, and I don't have any dresses in this pale mint color, but I think that's going to work wonderfully with my hair. I think if I style this one right, it'll work really well for Christmas events as well. From the Polka Dot Markets, I also bought this beautiful little bed jacket. I think it's more an evening wear in bed item, but I think it's going to look fabulous as a cape for the winter time. But it's just a beautiful soft material with a lovely tie on front with a couple buttons. For the last part of our vintage fashion items, I'm going to be sharing 6 dresses, all of which I bought from O. Henry. Over the weekend, they had a really big sale, and I bought in total 7 items, one of which is for Matthew, so I'm not featuring that today. So these 6 dresses I bought for $20. The sale was they gave you a bag and you could fit as many dresses into that bag and you would get that bag for $20. So I was utterly over the moon with all the beautiful pieces that I bought. The first of these dresses is this beautiful 1950s number here. It's got eggshell blue, mustard, and a soft coffee color. The neckline is utterly beautiful. It's almost like a bow at the front here, and then it tapers out to the neckline going around. It has a beautiful A-line skirt, and I think this is going to be a fabulous everyday dress. The next beautiful dress is this pink 1960s dress with that beautiful candy stripe print. It's got the 2 tones of pink that work together really well, with a beautiful bow at the front and neckline. It also features some super cute pockets. I think depending how I style this dress, I could make it look more 30s or more 60s. So I think it's a beautiful, versatile look. Our next dress is something a little bit different for me. I don't own too many polka dot items, I think, actually, but it looks to be a hand-painted polka dot on a baby blue, and it has a really fabulous fishtail bottom. I think this will be the perfect day wear dress or cocktail party dress, depending how I dress it up. It's going to have a really fabulous look. Next up, we have another beautiful 1950s mid-century dress. It has some ruching at the front with a beautiful print that I'm not sure how to describe, but it's got pinks, teals, browns, and the overall beautiful green color. This dress originally has a $145 price tag on it, so getting it in the bag with all those items costing $20, I'm really happy with. Our second last dress is this beautiful crop sleeve 1960s number. It's a little bit shorter than I normally wear. I like most of my hemlines to fall below my knee, but I thought this had like kind of cute summery going out look for the evenings. It has a cute bow on the back and I can't wait to wear this one out. Our final dress and final item for this video is this tweed-like print 1940s dress, which was also originally around the $130 price range. It is lined as well, which is utterly fabulous because sometimes these woolen tweed materials can be really itchy on the skin, so it's a lot more comfortable. It has a little bit of a lower waistline, but I'll probably define that with a belt just to still make it look utterly glamorous. Again, this is another item I don't have in my wardrobe, so I'm really happy to add this to my collection. These have been my vintage finds. There are so many items I'm so happy to have in my collection. I'd love to know in the comments below what is the favorite item that you've seen that I've shared today, and do let me know if you've had any recent vintage finds yourself. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a like and a comment below, as that really helps me out. I'd like to thank all my patrons, but especially my VIP Glamour patrons, which I will list up on the screen now. The support you give me truly helps me in creating more fabulous fun here on YouTube. If you'd like to stay up to date with all my vintage fun, I post super regularly to Instagram, including a lot of my vintage finds in my stories. I'll pop a little link here as well as the end of the video. And to never miss out on my vintage fun, be sure to hit the subscribe button below, turn on those bell notifications, and I will be seeing you all very soon.